your eyes again. I see fire in your eyes again. I see fire in your eyes again. Fire in your eyes again. I see fire in your eyes again. I see fire in your eyes again. Always been a warrior. From back when I remember, now we stand together. Always been a warrior. Ready here whenever, wanting this forever. Always been a warrior.
Hello and welcome to this week's Sideline. I'm Freddie Cook. It's been a while since we've been on air, so we're going to give you a quick catch-up of all the sporting action over the Christmas period. Manchester United remain at the top of the Premier League table. Andy Murray loses the Australian Open final to Novak Djokovic. Lance Armstrong admits to using performance-enhancing drugs. Bradley Wiggins wins BBC Sports Personality of the Year. England win the Test Series in India for the first time in 27 years. And Manu Tuilagi will miss England's Six Nations opener with Scotland this Saturday. Now, it's over to James for some of the big news in the transfer window.
Thanks, Red. Lots of activity in this year's January transfer window. Don't forget it closes on Thursday at midnight. We'll bring you all the latest deals in next Wednesday's broadcast. The biggest ones, though, are as follows. Loic Remy has joined QPR after he was poised to sign for Newcastle. Incidentally, he scored with his first shot on goal in the Premier League. Newcastle, however, have signed French trio Mapuyanga Mbiwa, Yoann Gouffran and Masadi Haidara. Lots of French players favouring the northeast at the moment. Tottenham have secured the services of German international Lewis Holtby from Schalke. Wesley Sneijder surprised many by moving to Galatasaray in Turkey, where he will be also joined by former Chelsea striker Didier Drogba. And finally, Manchester City striker Mario Balotelli looks to be on his way out of the club after opening negotiations with AC Milan. That's your transfer lot. Back to you, Fred.
Thanks a lot, James. That's all we've got time for this week. It's short and sweet, just like your mother. This is Sideline.
Once I was a very young man, and very young men are none too clever. Sailed across to faraway lands and faraway towns of tin and terror. Ran amok in a strip called love. Lost my mind in streets of neon. Now I'm coming on back. Help me up, move right, left foot forward.
So that was Philippides, Snowman. Hope you all enjoyed that. Whatever, animal. Insert animal here. It is at Leeds Student TV today, if you'd like to come and say hello. I am Tom.
And I'm Marina.
And we're with you for like another hour. We're live, and it's the first one back after Christmas, so it's pretty manic today,
and we've got some more Christmas fun coming up for you.
Yeah.
What have we got?
Don't have a clue. Literally don't know.
Christmas Curse-Busters is on the way.
Yes. We didn't get to show it before Christmas.
No, we didn't.
So we're showing it now.
Exactly. But why not?
Bit of after Christmas
bring
fun.
back Christmas memories.
Exactly. Yeah. I was even saying today that I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm feeling summery. Anyone feeling summery? One person. Wow. Great audience
chilly outside.
Today.
I think we'll stick to the Christmas theme.
As I said, it did start raining,
Christmas
so
theme.
little bit awkward. So here it is. It is Curse-Busters from Christmas. We never got to show it, so we're going to show it now. Also, live news today at some point later on.
Slightly later on,
A little bit later on. half an
We're
hour.
sticking to Christmas for now.
Something like this.
Yeah.
So this is Ghostbusters. It's from before Christmas. Never got to show it, but it's on now. This is LSTV with me, Tom.
And me, Marina.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
This week on Ghostbusters, well, it's Christmas, so we're having some time off.
Mr. Cook, something terrible has happened.
Right, here's the sitch. Father Chris being pushed off a ledge by Evil Elf, who's now gone on the rampage and taken all the presents for Christmas. I am going to sort him out. Let's do this. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, busting curses all the while. I found someone who had met an evil elf. He agreed to talk to me, but only if he could remain anonymous. You alright, Johnny?
I once met an evil elf. It came round to my house last Christmas and stole all my Christmas presents, and then it took a shit on my Christmas tree.
The short little bastard. This is no joke. Let's get on it. Merry Christmas.
Sorry.
Welcome back. This is LSTV. I'm Tom.
And I'm Marina.
And that was...
That was the Christmas Ghostbusters.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. I love that dubstep Christmas, by the way.
I know you did.
Love that.
You
Kind
were
of.
having a bit of a...
I pranced across the studio in the most manly way anyone can prance.
Well,
Coming
wouldn't
up...
call it manly, but
I
there we
wouldn't
go.
call it manly either, to be perfectly honest. Coming up, we've got live news.
Live news links,
today.
yes, we do. The Essential, yeah.
And what else coming up?
And of course, on campus.
And on
Our
campus.
lovely entertainment show.
Now, I've just been banned from saying something on LSTV. How do you feel about that? Banned me from speaking about other media.
You know, we like to hear your thoughts
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well,
but
I read-
other times we should just carry on.
I read
shouldn't we?
today that apparently you can pay for people to write your essays. This is what I heard today, okay?
Yes,
and
but-
guess how
but
much it would...
we're not encouraging
No,
that,
no,
by
no,
the
no.
way.
Guess how much a 2-2 essay would cost to buy?
I've got no idea.
£10.
£10.
What a rip-off. If you're paying for it, do some blooming work.
Well, maybe the Essential can report on it sometime soon.
Maybe.
For now, we've got live links for Essential. Run.
Is that right? Are you happy?
and welcome to LSTV's weekly news programme The Essential and our first ever live edition.
As always, we'll be keeping you up to date on what's going in, on and around your union and the centre of Leeds. The headlines this Wednesday.
We could be saving money on all of our purchases in the union thanks to a new loyalty card proposed by Anthony Hadley.
Leeds City Council has revealed that it needs to make drastic reductions in its spending due to budget cuts. The council have been asking students what they think are the most important services to fund.
And it's that time of year again when students are house hunting. So what's the best advice? Our reporter Carl Taylor went to the LUU Housing Advice Centre to find out.
First, it's back to our top story of a proposed union loyalty card. What's it all about and where will it be usable?
Olivia Layden has more.
A trial period for a union loyalty card will begin later this month, rewarding students for shopping at the commercial stores in the union and also going to Give It A Go's and getting contracts checked. Union Affairs Officer Anthony Hadley is heading up this scheme and explained how the trial is going to work.
It's an effort to say thank you more for students who come in and use the union's services. Obviously, as a charity, everything that students spend in the building goes right back into supporting everything we do, from the advice centre to putting on a great summer ball. So it's really important, I think, that we reward our students for choosing to spend in the union. There's two separate trials. One trial is like a typical loyalty scheme where you get points for every pound that you spend. So we'll build them up, and we're just in the process of finalising what is the limit for how many, what is the financial reward for the points, and what do those points give you access to. The other scheme we're running is a kind of reward scheme. So that basically works. You'll have access to an exclusive offer every fortnight, or every couple of 2 or 3 weeks, and that offer will change, and you only have access to that offer if you're on the scheme. So we're running them side by side, and there's going to be about 1,007 places on each, because we want to give 2013 thank yous in the new year. And after that trial comes to an end, maybe at the end of April, start of May, we'll review it, collate all the feedback, do all the sums, see if it's cost effective for us, see if it is being appreciated by students, if it is useful to them. It's going to launch in a couple of weeks' time. It's going to be online. Obviously, there's 30,000 students, so what we hope is that demand will exceed what we can cater for initially anyway. But we're kind of going to look initially at people who are really heavy users of the union, but also people who aren't as well, because we want to compare what the behaviour is and see if people who don't come in so often actually realise that it's a good thing to come in and support the union, and if they decide to come in more. And equally, what my vision for it is that maybe someone does come in a couple of times a week, buys their lunch, but what I think would be great is if that person can find out even more about what the union does, being a committee member, joining LSTV, for example, and also getting things like your contract check, or getting advice about your university life or volunteering opportunities and things like that. A lot of people do just see us as shops and bars, and we are a lot more than that. And what I hope is that this card and this scheme will be a means to an end to achieving that.
For every pound spent at places like Essentials, students will get points on their cards, which could lead to big rewards. Some students expressed positive opinions about this scheme.
It would save money, wouldn't it? So, yeah, I would.
Very much so, especially after last year being in halls. I think it's been especially useful for me. I use Essentials quite a lot, so it will all sort of mount up if it was to be allowed one. So, it'd be, very good idea.
Like, you always come to the union anyway, and and then you get benefits from actually doing that.
I spend a lot of time in my week buying food downstairs or terrace or old bar and stuff. If you could get points back, it'd be useful.
The scheme is only in its early stages, but once it is up and running, even buying a bottle of Volvic Lemon could have its rewards. Keep watching The Essential to hear any further updates on the loyalty card trial.
Olivia Layden reporting there.
Under budget cuts across the country, Leeds City Council is faced with a £40 million deficit in its funding. There are various ways that the council could save money, including areas such as children's services, housing and environmental services.
The council would like the views of the community though, including Leeds students. Marina Andre reports.
Leeds City Council have been consulting the public on plans for next year's budget and have introduced a campaign called How Would You Choose to Save £40 million? It demonstrates the massive cuts that the council are having to make after receiving a cut in government funding. And it poses the difficult question of which services we most value. The council has already had to make savings of approximately £145 million over the last 2 years. However, a further £40 million will be needed for next year's budget, which will be approved by the councillors on the 27th of February 2013. The consultation website, youchoose.yougov.com/leads, was designed to uncover where the public would like these savings of £40 million to be made and where their priorities lie, given some services must be reduced. The interactive section of the website allows users to increase or decrease spending in services such as children's services and education, and housing and community safety. There are also options for how to generate revenue, including increased charges for car parking, charge for bulky household waste collection, or increased council tax. Questions have been raised on whether the public, including us students, should be making these decisions at all, or whether the government cuts should occur. This consultation does, however, encourage debate, as well as motivating people to inform themselves on how the cuts may affect their own everyday lives. But it is, of course, very difficult for the council to cater for everyone's needs. LEU encourages community-based policies, partly funded by the council, in an aim to support campaigns to improve recycling, for cheaper and more reliable buses, to improve standard of housing, and also to address safety concerns.
The council have got this website where they're asking people for their opinions about what should be cut. So they've said, out of the £40 million we need to cut, what would you do? So we were in the union showing people the website and also getting their opinions on what the most important services are to them, general feedback about the cuts, so we could collate it all and then give it back to the council as part of their budget consultation.
So what kind of results did you get? What did the students tell you? What did they prefer to be cut or not cut?
Well, there was a lot of people who weren't even aware it was an issue, so I think the first finding was a lot of people were very surprised and quite outraged, because if you look at the choices you have to make, you're going, well, do I choose between a domestic violence help team or like after-school breakfast clubs? It's not a nice choice. About 40% of the students we asked said that children's services were the most important, overwhelmingly. I think that was kind of a consensus. And then everything else was quite even, so a lot of people saw safety, housing, recycling, all as very important issues. The least popular, with about 4% of like the token votes, was inward investment and planning, which was probably because it sounds quite dull, but if you think about it, that's also everyone's wages and kind of the services that support the other 6. But the overall message was it was really hard, and actually asking why they had to make the cuts in the first place.
There was also an option for revenue and how to raise revenue for the council. Did you discuss that, and what kind of things came up in that, and how would students prefer to raise money as well for the council?
It was quite a difficult one, because the two main ones were around council tax, and a lot of students said, oh, because we don't pay it, we don't really want to say anything about it. Feedback on the other things, like raising nursery fees or parking charges, kind of felt like, well, it's not very productive compared to, it would raise about £300,000, but the total of 40 million, it doesn't seem kind of like it would make any difference. A lot of people saying saving money through like the way people buy things and maybe spending less on stationery was quite a common comment. But yeah, generally I think a lot of the time it was just kind of trying to work out how do the council even start deciding this. So it's quite interesting conversations to be had.
So the target is 40 million for the council. Do you think they'll reach that target, and how do you think they'll actually decide overall what they're going to cut and how they're going to save their money?
Well, they have to. So it's 40 million that the council are asking for, but in total it's actually 51 million. And it's not money that they're choosing to save. It's money that the government has taken away from their budget. So it's not a case of if they can, but when. So we fed back into the council alongside hundreds of other people, and they're deciding the budget at the end of February. So we'll know then what everyone's feedback has said and what it actually creates. I know last year they had to make 90 million savings, and in the process they actually increased spending for like children's services, but then cut it in other ways and lost about 400 jobs. So, I can imagine they might increase a few things, decrease some things, but it's not going to be good news in February.
The consultation here at the LEU foyer was open until the 24th of January. However, the website is still available to access. There's still time for your voice to be heard, so just go along to the website, youchoose.yougov.com/leads, and see how you would save Leeds City Council £40 million.
It's January, and on the minds of lots of Leeds students is looking for a home for next year.
The advice from the union is not to rush into it and to take your time looking for a safe, clean house. LEU have contract checkers available to help, as Carl Taylor reports.
It's the time of year again where students are hunting for houses. The University of Leeds Advice Centre is offering to check contracts and giving some top tips for Leeds students.
The Student Advice Centre has made a stall here that is open for any student, even non-students for that matter, for them to come and get their contracts checked and have somebody look over it and have any questions that we can answer for them and any other house hunting advices that we can give.
Okay, and you also offer contract checking. Can you tell us how that works?
Basically, any student, if they want, they can just have somebody come over and look at their contracts, answer any queries they want, and just, yeah, anything, if they want like an amendment done to their contract or anything like that. You can have as many contracts checked as you want. You can come down here. We're here for another week. And after that, you can just come up to the Student Advice Centre, drop in any time, and it's for free, so it's a brilliant thing to get done.
Okay, and a lot of people rush into getting houses in Leeds, and what advice would you offer these people rushing to get them as soon as possible?
They really shouldn't. That's just in a nutshell. We have so many options available for every sort of budget, every sort of group type you are. And there were, last year in October, there were about 3,000 beds that were left after all the students had gotten them. So there's really no need to rush about it. You can take your time, have as much as time you need to look at all the houses.
What kind of things would you advise students when they're looking around properties, things to look out for when they're looking around them?
A lot of houses, especially in Leeds, have basements and attic rooms, and those rooms are very prone to having mould or being cold and damp, and it's just a good thing to look out for, especially because in the long run it can really hurt your furniture and your clothes, and you don't want that.
And people who, when they're signing contracts, is there anything people can do to try and negotiate a better deal with their landlords?
It's always an option. You can always talk to your landlord and have the price reduced or any other things that you might want to get. It's not necessary they might agree to it though, but yeah, you can always give it a shot.
The tech news is next. Andrew Seddon has more.
Today's Tech Roundup here on The Essential. On today's edition, we are focusing on the big tech news of the day, or at least certainly for Leeds University students. Of course, it's the Uni of Leeds' new selection of mobile apps. The two main ones are the VLE app and the Uni Leeds app. The latter one is, of course, made by the university itself. Kicking off first with the VLE app, that one's made by Blackboard, and it works in exactly the same way as Blackboard Learn VLE on your desktop computer. The only difference is you don't have to go through all of the various login processes of the portal and then the VLE itself. One logon using your @leeds.ac.uk email address is all you need, ever, and you've got access to all of the same services. Such services include urgent announcements, pushed straight to your device, documents and other content, being able to participate in discussion boards, and you can even take tutor-assessed formative tests right on your iPad, iPhone, Android or BlackBerry. Another popular app for uni students is the Uni Leeds app. It's produced by the University of Leeds themselves, and you can access pretty much everything on the portal in the palm of your hand. You can access your timetable with a complete list of locations on a fully fledged on-campus map. In fact, so long as data is enabled on your device, you'll be able to see your exact position on campus and plot directions to that lecture theatre you just can't seem to find. It's not all the app does. Check out your library record, search the staff directory, and even see which computer clusters are busiest on campus. It's not only those two apps that will help you as a Uni of Leeds student. There's plenty of apps specific to your uni or studies, such as that of the Leeds Enterprise Centre or the Leeds Events app. Away from Uni of Leeds specific apps, the various app stores have many to-do list and study management tools to help you out. For to-do lists, Things and To-Do come highly recommended, and for keeping on top of note-taking, have a look at the various cloud-synced notes apps out there. Even Apple's Notes syncs with iCloud instantly. That's it for tech this week, focusing specifically on how you as a University of Leeds student can use your smartphones and mobile devices. There'll be more next week.
Earlier in the programme, we told you about Leeds City Council needing to cut £40 million from their budget.
So how would you save it? We took a trip into the heart of the union to ask this week's essential question.
I'm here in the Student Union, putting for the essential, asking people how they'd like the council to save money. Right, can I ask you a quick question? Sorry. Hi, sorry to disturb you. Can I ask a quick question? Hi, sorry to disturb you. Can I ask you a quick question? In light of the new council cuts, or the recent council cuts, what would you like to cut?
I don't think I'd like to cut any, but I think it would have to be environmental if I had to pick.
Is there any particular reason why?
Just because I would see the others as being higher importance, because they affect people more directly.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Lost mom.
Excuse me, would you mind answering a quick question? Oh, okay, thanks. No one wants to talk.
Right, left foot forward. Oh,
Excuse me, would you mind answering a quick question? In light of the recent council cuts, what would you like to see cut?
I'd probably say safety and housing and environmental would be the two most important.
Is there any particular reason why?
Mainly because student cities who want to be safe. No worries.
Get my head off now, coming on back. Help me up, move right, left foot.
Excuse me, would you mind answering a quick question?
Yeah.
Take a second. In light of the recent council cuts, what would you like to be cut?
If I had to pick one out of them, I'd say the road planning.
Is there a particular reason why?
I think it's the least worthy cause out of all of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Stars, shiniest stars won't shine forever. Take your soul and you can go far. If you don't fall from grace or favor, gold awaits all those who star.
In light of the recent council cuts, basically, what would you like to see cut? Well, if anything.
I'm not really fussed because it doesn't make much. I'm moving away, moving countries. I'm not fussed.
Go, untroubled by go.
Hi, would you be willing to answer a quick question for the Essential?
Yeah, okay.
In light of the recent cuts by the council, what would you want to be cut?
Environmental, I guess. Yeah. I just feel like with like road maintenance and stuff, I think the roads need to be kept safe and stuff because of all the cars and like everyone walking to uni to and from, like looking after adults and stuff is probably important because people are struggling and stuff like that. Probably think that the environmental is the most likely that I'd rather to be cut, personally. All right, thanks.
It's been a week of very weird weather across Leeds. Just hours ago, there was hail across the city centre. So what are the weather prospects for this week? Here's Zara Khan with this week's report.
Hello and welcome to the first weather update of 2013 with your favourite weather girl, Zara Khan. The snow has been around us pretty much all of last week, but with Wednesday and scattered clouds, the minimum temperature is going to be 1 and the maximum is going up to 3. Thursday is pretty much going to be the same temperature, with the maximum being 3 degrees Celsius and the minimum going down to -1. Friday, the maximum temperature is 2 degrees Celsius, with the minimum going down to pretty much the same of a chilly -1. There have been a lot of flood warnings in the country recently, and what do you call an old snowman? A puddle of water. That's Sarah Khan with your weather update. I'm going to run.
That's it for this week's Essential, our first ever live edition.
If you've got a news tip, email us news@lstv.co.uk.
And remember, if it's going on, in or around your union, it's Essential.
Welcome back. It's LSTV with me, Tom.
And me, Marina.
And that was live news.
It was live news. How exciting. First time this year. Ever, really, first time for this year.
I've never seen people move tables and chairs as quick as those tables and chairs were just moved. Woo! They were gone.
It was brilliant. It
in
was
literally 1 second.
Really good.
Very impressive. News will be back next week. Not with
will.
us, though.
No, not with us.
Or the presenters. Will it be live? Will it not be live?
We'll see.
I don't know.
I hope so.
I hope so. It was fun. It was good fun.
Yeah. But what have we got next? That's the question.
The question is, you've told me 4 times, and I still can't remember. I think
Honestly,
between me and you, it was on campus.
Yep, it is on campus. I thought you were going to get it wrong then. No, it's fine. It's on campus. Our entertainment show, yeah.
What's in it?
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
She
We've got
doesn't-
Amplified, of course, the
she
music
does
show.
not have a
I know.
clue.
We've got the music show, Amplified,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
And
else?
our chart updates.
Chart update.
course.
Real big chart update. That is coming
Very
up
important.
next. And that's pretty much it. We'll have a speech after that, remember?
Yes.
On campus, next on LSTV.
Enjoy.
Counting all different ideas drifting away. Past and present, they don't matter, now the future sorted out.
Hello and welcome to this week's On Campus. I'm Mel.
And I'm Simon, and we're on a big green sofa.
We've got lots of exciting things coming up for you today.
But first up, we have a new drama that pushes the boundaries of social media.
Here's Window.
was enlightening, wasn't it, Mel?
It was. Simon, have you ever tried to phone someone with your foot?
I did try, yeah, with my toes once. I think I nailed it.
His foot phones.
Hello.
Hi, pal. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
You sure? You sound a bit flat.
To be honest, I'm at my step-off point at the moment. I've got so much work to do. I ain't got a foot to stand on.
Oh, no. Pull your socks up, mate. You'll stride through it.
I don't know. I really don't know. I really think I'm about to foot the bill any day at work now.
Oh, I know how you feel, mate. I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. I sometimes wonder what it'd be like to walk around in somebody else's shoes for a day.
Oh, jog on, mate. You just got a promotion. The shoe's on the other foot now. You should be fine.
Well, yeah, but it's still difficult. Plus, I'm only trying to help you. I like to heal those who have been defeated.
Oh, you're all right, mate. Sometimes I feel like we could be soulmates.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a sprint, but hope everything works out for you, and I'll speak to you a little later.
Oh, thanks. See you later.
Music, Mel?
Oh, I do, Simon.
Well, you're like Amplified then.
Hello, it's a new year and we've got loads of new music for you. Welcome back to Amplified. I'm Freddie Cook.
And I'm Zara Khan.
We've got loads of great stuff coming up for you on the show today, but first of all, we'll kick off with an Amplified session with Passenger.
Passenger's been going for quite a few years in one form or another. It was a band to start with, and then for a few different reasons, we kind of went our separate ways, and I ended up just sort of playing sort of on my own, you know, solo, acoustic, singer-songwriter.
To smile, as if someone would care. Said I'm a long way from the Gold Coast, furthest I've ever known. Oh, and this just ain't my home. It was my wife's.
It's only in the last sort of 6 months, really, that everything started going a bit bonkers. You know, I've been doing this for years, and for the last 5 years I've been mainly busking, so, you know, just on the street.
Well, I
playing
never
music to
heard
people walking past, and making a living out of that, and sort of funding all my records and all my touring from busking, as insane as it sounds.
Well, I never heard silence.
I went and toured with Ed Sheeran, which was incredible. You know, he had me along as a support act, and that's just kind of opened so many doors.
See, I'm loving a shadow. I'm trying to catch the rain. But I never heard silence.
I've been working on Australia for the last 3 or 4 years, and Australia actually was much quicker to embrace what I've been doing than the UK has been. So I'm more used to the idea of having an international fan base than some might be. It's bloody amazing, you know, you get Facebook messages saying like, when are you coming to India, and you know, oh, I'm from Cambodia and I'm listening to your album, blah blah blah. It's crazy. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing about the internet and about music today, how quickly it can all travel and get around the world, you know.
When she walked out of the hotel, I could still smell the smoke of a burning heart left inside. She said men are all assholes and life's a bad joke.
People like Paul Simon and Bob Dylan, you know, I remember listening to them as a kid and just not fully understanding the songs a lot of the time, but really just finding the melodies and the tone and just finding it all really beautiful and getting into it, getting into writing my own stuff pretty early on. And, I don't know, just telling stories through music, I think is a wonderful thing to do.
And he's traded me in, left me traveling alone. Well, I never felt silence come and hit me like a train. Oh, I never felt silence.
For me, like it's the lyrics are massively important. Like, I think if you have the chance to put words to music, it can be a really powerful thing. And you should take the time to make sure it's the best you can do, you know.
And I'm trying to catch the rain, but I never felt silence till I felt it today. I never heard silence till I heard it today.
This is my new single, it's called Let Her Go, and it goes like this.
You only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. Dreams come slow and go so fast. You see it when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely dies. 'Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. You're staring at the ceiling in the dark. Same old empty feeling in your heart. Love comes slow and it goes so fast. You see it when you fall asleep, but never to touch and never to keep, 'cause you loved her too much and dive too deep. 'Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. 'Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. When you let her go.
That was a fun session. Next up, we have music news with Dan.
Hello, I'm Dan. Here with your music news for this week. First up, Frank Ocean will reportedly be pressing charges against Chris Brown following a studio brawl this Sunday. Taylor Swift announced a deal with Diet Coke. And finally, American Idol judges Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey have apparently locked horns during filming. I've been Dan, and that's been your music news update.
Loads of exciting stuff happening in the world of music for you there. But now we've got the chart update with James.
Here is your chart update for this week on Amplified. At number 5 is Calvin Harris featuring Tiny Temper with Drinking from the Bottle. At number 4, up one last week, is Rihanna with Stay. Going up to number 3 now. At number 3, up one again, is Taylor Swift with I Knew You Were Trouble. At number 2, dropping into second spot this week, is will.i.am featuring Britney Spears with Scream and Shout. And your number 1 track this week on Amplified is Bingo Players featuring Far East Movement with Get Up.
To finish off this week, we've got another Amplified session with the band The Reeds, who will be playing at Leeds Live Lounge at the Library Pub on February the 13th. Enjoy.
Well, we played a lot around Leeds, and we just thought it'd be a good thing to do, seeing as...
And it's cool to play acoustically.
Yeah, it's
literally
a nice
the first time I've ever done it.
change.
It sounds really cool. Yeah. We wanted to get involved more in the Leeds music scene, meet other artists that play. It held us not playing. Yeah, you can tell. We have no idea what we're doing. We just want to keep playing all the time, that's what we like doing.
I have no other skills anyway, so...
You do weddings as well.
You can pull pints.
I guess our music style is a kind of modern pop rock sound with a 60s edge, I would describe it as. Our influences, well, speaking for myself, I'd probably say that I'm a big Beatles fan, Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, I love a lot of Bob Dylan, but I'm sure everyone has different tastes. I mean, Josh here likes Two Door Cinema Club and One Night Only and bands like this, so...
Cameron's a really solid rhythm player, so he keeps that together. I have no rhythm at all, but I'm a pretty flashy lead player, so that kind of works. Josh is pretty solid on drums, yeah. He never does anything he doesn't have to, but does everything he needs to. No, what I'm saying is that he plays the right thing, and Alec is highlights in the harmony with his bass playing and keeping it down.
About 40 miles, I'd say. Yeah. Something like that. North Yorkshire, and we play there every now and again. We've become somewhat local celebrities there now, so that's pretty fun.
SoundCloud, band page.
YouTube,
yeah,
all over YouTube
as well. Yeah, I've got a Facebook profile as well, The Reeds. Facebook.com/The Reeds.
All one word and rhymes.
Yeah.
That's all we've got time for. See you next week for your music fix.
And remember, keep it locked, keep it loud, keep it amplified.
Lastly today, we have the on-campus question.
This week, we were asking people what their worst Christmas present was. What was yours?
I don't think I've had one, really. I'm just very grateful for everything I get in life.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Here's the on-campus question.
For today's on-campus question, we're asking people what was their worst Christmas present. Clearly for the exec, they didn't get any new pens. Ben did. Right. Let's go. Ed. What was your worst Christmas present this year?
Well, I didn't actually have a Christmas because I went to India for my brother's wedding and they didn't celebrate Christmas there. So my worst Christmas present was Merry Christmas. No, because I came back and I had a Christmas day on the 12th of January though, which was really fun with a few of my brothers and sisters. But yeah, my worst Christmas present. Yeah, obviously when I was in India, I got got like diarrhea and vomiting, so that was a pretty bad Christmas present as well. No, I ate too much street food, so got something, bombed a lot. That's it. Yeah.
Hey, ho, here she go, either a little too high or a little too low. Got no self-esteem and vertigo, cause she thinks she's made of candy.
Probably when my mum bought me aftershave instead of perfume.
She thinks she's made of candy.
Christmas sweater. It's like a reindeer, but like, it wasn't nice and patterned or anything, it was just bad.
I don't think Rudolph would approve. He would like you to wear him.
Sorry, a bit scroogey, but I'm not wearing it. Not at this time of year, at least.
I got a pair of some pretty horrible Christmas socks. I'd say, yeah, with like, no, unfortunately, that would have made it ideal. And my eldest brother got a good jumper as well that his like girlfriend had wired loads of Christmas lights in. It was like a... Yes, indeed. Dangerous, actually.
To the back of her throat, she thinks she's made of candy.
Socks, probably. They're quite standard. They had an owl on them and it said "Sweet Dreams." That was interesting, but yeah, they're comfy.
I mean, last year I got a book on how to make a tornado. Yeah, it's my own, which is pretty bad. So.
What are you doing it for? What are you doing it for?
It wasn't Tickets to Cinderella, because Tickets to Cinderella are a really good present. I don't know, socks. Socks, probably. Yeah. No, they were really nice, but they were way too tight. Different reason.
Washing up sponge? No one wants that. Yeah, it was. That's just rude. Happy Christmas. Here's a sponge, clean.
A free makeover? Which I didn't. No, I didn't. No.
Being sensitive. It's with benefit
Cole in his stocking.
Quite a lot of good Christmas presents this year. Probably loads of chocolate, because I haven't eaten it yet. Yeah, I suppose. We'll go into my house now.
Ooh, worst Christmas present. A bracelet that was plastic. In a really nice box. False. Didn't like it. What are you, Shannon?
A Secret Santa from school where a Barbie was missing her leg. I got a one-legged Barbie. It's tragic.
Maybe
just the leg.
Maybe it was a pun, like over Christmas you were legless.
Maybe. In primary school.
That wasn't this year. So you answered the question incorrectly. This year.
Yes, she did. She asked me the question. You just. Well, this year, I didn't get any bad Christmas presents this year. Oh no, wait. The weird plastic jewellery set in the LSTV Secret Santa. No offence to whoever that was. Yeah, plastic jewellery.
So a lot of people had some interesting worst Christmas presents, mainly socks. To be fair, I would have liked to have some socks. My worst Christmas present was not getting enough socks, because I've already lost all of the socks I was given. Sorry, Mum.
That's all we've got time for this week on Campus.
And remember, if it's happening at Leeds University,
It's happening on campus.
Tom.
And me, Marina.
And this looks like it's it for today, doesn't it?
It is. What a shame.
We are done.
Went by so quickly.
I know, so fast.
The end of our first broadcast for the new year.
What is going on over there? Seriously, come on, professionals. professionals. LSTV is back next week. Not with us, though.
No, not at us. But at the same time, at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock live for the second show, coming back after Christmas. We hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you live from 2 o'clock next week. Yeah? Yeah? Are we done with telly now? We're done?
We're done.
Telly over?
Unfortunately.
Telly's not over yet. So, but yeah, between now and then, you can actually tweet us. It is at Leeds Student Television TV.
Keep following us on Twitter.
Yeah, keep following us on Twitter for all the updates, and we'll be back with all the stuff that has happened this week, but better and new, and etc., etc., etc. And fingers crossed, the live news.
Links, yeah.
Live news, my favourite type of news. I get very excited with live news.
It was very exciting today.
Yeah, very exciting. Very, very well done. So, yeah, we are back next week.
Thanks for watching.
Wednesday, 2 o'clock, lstv.com and at Leeds Student Television.
.co.uk.
Put whatever at the end.
.co.uk.